Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video we're going to be doing a product review test on Mastersons Car Care tire and trim shine. The reason that I want to show you guys this product is because I can't tell you how many times I've gone to detail somebody's car, and whoever detailed it before put some nasty, greasy, petroleum-based tire shine or gel or whatever all over the tire. And what happens is a lot of the tire shines that you use, they get all over the side of the car. They get all over the rim, the inside of the rim, with a really nasty and very hard to remove substance that mixes with the brake dust, and that's just not cool. There is a better way, okay? Nobody likes to have a tire such as this. This tire is clean, okay, but it's flat looking. It doesn't have a lot of life to it. So instead of putting some of that stuff that you would buy at Walmart or Target or some off-brand tire store chain to say, you know, make your tires look nice and shiny, we want to put something on them such as this that we're going to show you, and we want it to look nice and clean and fresh, but not greasy. You don't want to look like you've got motor oil all over that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a foam applicator pad. I've got a foam pad just like this, and I'm going to squeeze some of them. I'm going to shake it up first, obviously. I've already done that off camera. And this is kind of, I guess you could say, like a cream. And I'm going to put a little bit on there and just kind of work it into the foam. A lot of it will soak in, and I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go around the tire, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera in so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I've got my Mastersons product on here, and I'm just going to rub it in just like that. So it doesn't take a huge amount at all. I'm going to go around and do the entire tire. I'm going to do another tire for you and just do half of it. But now, there's absolutely no greasiness. There's nothing on my fingers. What you can do is, if you get a little bit too much, or if you want to flatten it just a little bit, take a microfiber cloth, just fold it and just lightly buff around the tire like this. Okay, I'm not hardly using any pressure, and that tire, it actually looks new. There's not any greasiness to it. There's nothing that's going to fling off. There's nothing that's going to get all in your wheels, all over the side of your car. It's just a nice, clean, fresh look. So let me take the camera over to another tire, and I'm just going to do half of it so you can see the contrast better. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put not quite as much because I have some on there already. Maybe about that much, okay? And I'm just going to kind of, it's called butterflying it, so it spreads out nice like that. And I'm just going to do half so you guys can see the difference. And then again, if you want to buff it off a little bit with a cloth, excuse me, that's fine. But there's nothing on here. There's nothing greasy at all. Now, let me see if I can bring the camera in on the spot right there so you guys can get a little bit better feel. Okay, so right here, you can see the line where it's flat looking, and here's where I applied. Now, if you want it to be a little shinier or have a little bit wetter look, we'll just put a little bit more on the applicator and just do a second coat. just like that. So you can see the delineation right there, right here. And I really like this stuff, guys. The reason I like it is because you are not going to have trouble cleaning your wheels and your tires when you go back to detail your car. Now, how do you clean this off? And how did I clean my wheels and tires? I will be doing a video to show you guys exactly how I did that. But regular all-purpose cleaner, I think Mastersons has that. We'll take this off, clean it with a tire brush, make sure it's dry, and then apply the Mastersons tire and trim shine. And I'm going to go ahead and finish the tire up right here. Now, if you don't want to use a foam applicator, you can use a microfiber cloth if you'd like, or it doesn't matter. I like using the foam because tires are very porous, and especially these Continentals have a lot of this knurling right there, and the foam just really works well to get in all the places. It's very soft. It's not going to scratch your wheels. Now, what else can you use that on? Or what else will we use it on? Well, there's a couple places other than the tires that I like to use this on. One is the black trim pieces that have a tendency over time to fade if you don't protect them, such as our mud flaps. Procedure is the exact same way that we would do with the tire. Go ahead and clean, which I already have with a good multi-purpose cleaner, and we're just going to put probably about that much or so on there, and I'm just going to work it in with my cloth. And if you use this regularly, if you clean these properly and use this regularly, your trim will be very easy to clean when you go to wash your car. See how nice that looks? It doesn't look greasy at all. It's just, it looks new. Let me go up front. We'll do the front mud flap, and I'll do half of it to show you the contrast. Okay, so here we are at the front mud flap, and I wanted to do this one as a contrast because it's longer this way. It'll give you a little bit better view, but I'm going to go ahead and put about that much on, and we'll just do the bottom half. Okay, and there's the line where I did it. The top half has not been done, and there's nothing, it's not greasy at all. It's not slimy. If you want it a little darker, you could put another coat on. If you want it a little lighter, or there's any excess, just take your microfiber cloth and just gently go over it with the buffing cloth. But I think you can see what a nice difference that it makes. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it. Now, if you get it on your paint, if you accidentally get it on your paint like that, just take your microfiber cloth and just rub it right off. It's not going to hurt your paint at all. Okay, so I'm going to show you another car that has the mirrors themselves that have a different kind of plastic, and we'll show you what it looks like when we use the Mastersons tire and trim shine on that. Okay, here is the passenger side view mirror on my 98 Jetta TDI, and I wanted to show you how awesome this stuff works. And I'm going to do half of the mirror like I did on the tire on the Honda. So I'll just make a line here. We'll do this half. All right, now this is much more porous plastic than the Honda mud guards that we had. That was a a much tighter cell rubberized substance, whereas this is more of an ABS plastic type of a substance. So it's not going to soak in to the plastic like it would on a rubberized material. So what you can do is you can take your microfiber cloth and just give it a quick little wipe, and it takes the sheen off of it, but it's still protected, and there's nothing on here, there's nothing greasy. So I'll go ahead and put a little bit more on here and go ahead and do the rest of the mirror. Okay, that's some of the things about a lot of like Armor All and some of the other heavy petroleum distillates, that they're very greasy, they're very hard to remove. This removes very easily with just regular all-purpose cleaner, and I'm just going to give it a very light wipe, and there we are. It's protected, it looks clean and fresh. It doesn't look like it's been treated with anything, which is the goal. It just looks like it's plastic that is in very good condition. I'm going to show you another area on the Jetta that is going to need some attention, and it's the windshield rubberized trim that's right here. Let me get the camera reset up and I'll show you how the Mastersons works on that. Alright, so I want to give you a view of just a section of the trim that we're going to do. We'll be doing from here to about right here, and I'm just going to do a small section so you can see the contrast. I'll do the bottom section here. Okay, now you notice, or maybe you can't see, that I'm getting it on the paint, and all you have to do, as I showed you before, and this is white paint, it stains very easily and it comes right off. I hope the camera is picking up the line there. That is, the bottom part is treated, the top part is untreated, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish my trim piece here. And again, it gives it a nice, clean, new, fresh look. It doesn't give you a greasy, I've been treated with tire shine look or WD-40. But I'll back the camera out just a little bit. And you can see how the piece of rubber now, it just has a nice clean look to it. It's not greasy. If I want to put another coat, I can do that to increase the shine if that's what you're into. And again, I can just give it a light buffing, removing any excess off the paint. It's very, very easy. You're not going to stain or have trouble removing that. So all across the outside of the car, you can use this on your rubber trim. You can use it on your black mirrors if you have those. I don't recommend that you use this on a painted surface. That's not what this is for. That's what wax or sealant is for. But this is to protect the rubber. It does have UV inhibitors in it. So if you're in an environment that is flooded with sunshine, it's really hot, like you're Florida or California or Arizona, and if you use this regularly, it's going to help keep the rubber and the plastic from degrading. Now, let's go to an area that most people neglect. That's the engine bay, and I'm going to show you areas in the engine bay that you can use the Mastersons. Alright, this is the engine bay of the 98 Jetta TDI, and I do periodically, and have since the car is new, clean the engine. This is much cleaner than you're probably ever going to see one of these turbo diesels, but I don't really treat the plastic because it doesn't matter to me. I just make sure that the engine is clean, there's no oil or grease residue that can accumulate over time. But for those of you that like a nice looking engine bay, that like a nice treated engine bay, I'm going to show you what you can do. We'll take the top of the air box right here. Let me focus in on that just a little bit so you can see it easier. Okay, so obviously when this was new, it had more of a darker sheen to it. And we're just going to take some of the Mastersons just like we did before. I'll put a little bit of there. And then I'm just going to rub this in like that with my same sponge I've been using. Just work this in the plastic. And this is, I've never treated this before. This is a little bit harder plastic. It does have a little bit of rubber content in it, but we can just take our microfiber and just give it a quick buff like that. And now it looks fresh and clean. There's nothing on, there's nothing greasy, there's nothing that's dripping off. It's very good if you want to freshen your engine compartment up. We'll pull out and I'll get another little area that you may be interested in. The timing belt cover is always an area that gets a lot of visual looks if you're into engines and stuff. So we'll just take a little bit of the Mastersons and do just like that. Now, some people, they love detailing engines. They like them to be really, really, really fresh and clean looking. And you know, that's pretty much how it looked when it was new. And we'll do one more area. We'll do the plastic that's right near the radiator, right there. So I'll just take a little bit on the sponge and I'm just going to do this section right here. That is really hard plastic, so I'm just going to give it a quick buff, and you can see the difference that it makes. It's just fresher, it's cleaner looking. You can see the line right here where I did it. See, by doing this, I'm going to end up wanting to do the whole. I knew if I started this, I was going to end up doing the whole thing here, but we'll just rub that like that. It just makes black plastic look a lot better. All right, let's do one more area. I don't have a hose really that I could show you. What I will do is show you the intercooler tube, which you can use this on rubber. Heater hoses, water heater hoses coming out of your firewall. Just makes them look newer. Alright, so put a little bit on the sponge and we'll just do a little right here. And this is probably the most dramatic that I've seen yet. And it's because this tube is very porous. And with it being porous, you can really, really see the delineation of where the trim is, where it's been treated and where it has not been treated. Let me focus this in just a little bit. And that, you know, I can't leave it like that now, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this. For those of you that may be curious, the charger that I have the car on is just a trickle charger to keep the battery up to speed. So Anyway, that is what I wanted to show you guys on the Mastersons Tire and Trim Shine. I think this stuff is absolutely phenomenal. You can use it all over your car. Anywhere where there's trim, black plastic, rubberized seals, gaskets. You know, you can, if you want to, you can treat your gaskets that would normally dry out, such as your hood gaskets, like right there. Gosh, I got the camera pointed there. Let's go ahead and just hit that real quick and see what it looks like. See what a difference that makes? And see if I go and do the rest of it. Now it's just fresh and clean, and it's going to protect the plastic. It's going to protect the rubber. Anything in your engine compartment like this, it's you're going to have heat degradation, so if you can keep a protectant on there, it will certainly extend the life and the service of that. Okay guys, I am going to go ahead and let you guys know again, I think this product is absolutely fantastic. I will definitely be using this product on all of the vehicles I own. Heck, you can even put it on motorcycle tires if you ride dirt bikes like I do. Keep the sidewalls treated. Then when you come back home to wash the dirt bike after riding in the mud, it comes off so much easier. So I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10, and I'm highly recommending, if you would like to try this, I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the box below to Amazon where you can order this. I highly recommend you guys give it a try. As far as what I use to apply it, I just use a very soft, like a porous sponge, and I have a regular microfiber. This is the Eagle, one of the Eagle Edgeless 480 gram. I have links to that in the description box below also. One thing, if you use this, notice that this is black. If you've seen any of my other videos, most of my Eagle Edgeless cloths are blue or like a tannish brown. I always use black for anything like wheels, tires, or using it for removal of tire and trim shine. I will never ever use this on a painted surface or the car body to wipe wax or anything like that off. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you get an opportunity to order some of the Mastersons tire and trim shine if you'd like to try it. I'm going to go do my motorcycle tires now because they're looking a little bit rough. So I will see you guys on the next video.